Hello and welcome to my video blog for Saturday, October 16th. First of all, I have to start with that Chilean miner story. The story was so riveting. It basically captured the entire world's interest, and that it was a 33-hour Groundhog's Day, as everyone wondered what was going to happen when these miners came up. Were they going to be sort of subdued in their presence and their demeanor? Were they going to come up and maybe be afraid of the sunlight and be sort of timid? No, they all came up, and every time they came up, it was this big ruckus celebration with people dancing and singing and chanting. It was totally electric. The first guy comes up and he's delivering rocks as if it's Christmas. Another guy comes up, he's bouncing a football, a soccer ball around. Another guy comes up, he's delivering chants and singing along, sing-ons with, the crowd. And then who can forget when Dr. House came up? This is the guy who had the mistress and the girlfriend, as everyone was wondering who was going to get the first kiss. Well, it was all so thrilling, and I watched every moment of it. I can't wait for the movie. The Hollywood production starring Antonio Banderas in the mine. It's going to be great. But in all seriousness, the Chilean government spared no expense to rescue these miners, and that it was reportedly cost them about $1 million per miner to bring them out of that hole. A very big expense indeed. And money seemed to have been no object in Chile, but it's quite the opposite situation here in the United States. And that our president has sort of gone at it and started calling out the Republicans. That's right. Our president and Joe Biden, our vice president, want to know, where's the money coming from, Republicans? Is the Chamber of Commerce maybe pulling in money from abroad, or these special interest groups to help fund these campaigns? And that the Republicans seem to be outspending the Democrats in very large margins. So who is the president going after? He's not going after Senator McCain. He's not calling out Mitt Romney. No, he went to the top. He went to Karl Rove, the architect. And he wants to know, Mr. Rove, I want you to open up these books and make them transparent so that we can all see what's going on. But Karl Rove is not one to be trifled with. He may be short, but he's very big in stature. And he has gone back to the president and said, you know something, Mr. President, you're a hypocrite. Because 2 years ago, you used special interest money. And it was outside money that reportedly maybe helped you fund your campaign, and that you won the election when it was all said and done. So now the Republicans are doing a little bit of a tit for tat as they go after the president. And what's the president saying to all of this? Nothing, because he is claiming that the Republicans have the money, and then the Republicans are saying, no, we don't have the money. No, you have the money, Democrats. And so everybody's sort of pointing fingers, and they don't have the money, and this one doesn't have the money, and I don't have the money, and I know you don't have the money. So this sounds like this is a case for Susie Orman. Yes, we need to get Susie Orman off the television and in the White House. And she needs to start balancing some books and start reconciling things, because she's the only one who can maybe start calling out some people. Like she does on her show. Start telling people, you can't afford this. You can't have that. You can't afford this. Healthcare, I don't know if we can afford this. Like, she needs to be the one who can really go over everything and put us back in the black and out of the red. So she does her show on the weekends. That means that Susie should be free on Monday through Friday. Somebody needs to give her a ring so we can work this out. Now, something else that sort of needs a little bit of clarification is Christine O'Donnell. Now, I know I pick on her a lot, but it's only because she warrants it. Now, Christine O'Donnell has made it very clear that, first of all, she's not a witch. No. She's not a career politician. No. She doesn't come from money, and she doesn't have a lot of big influential money, backers and such like that. No. And on Wednesday, she also proved that she is not a very good debater. So what I want to know is, what's she going to do once she gets into office? I mean, make tea for everybody? I mean, at some point, you're going to need to call upon these skills. You're going to need to show that you're a good debater so that you can handle issues, and that debating is what happens 90% of the time when you're in office. And then if she doesn't have any big money backers and any people of financial pull who can maybe help push some things along behind the scenes, then I don't know. I mean, last week she came out with this commercial saying that she's just like you and I. You know, she's just like you and I. Well, quite frankly, I don't know how Delawareans feel, but I don't want to vote for somebody who's just like me, because I suck. Yeah. I mean, I don't want somebody who's like me. That's like going to the gym and like looking for a personal trainer who's out of shape. I mean, if I'm out of shape, I don't want to look for the fat personal trainer to get me in shape. No, I want the skinny guy who's on steroids, who looks really good, and I mean, I want that image. Yeah, I don't want somebody who's pudgy and can't manage their own weight. So, Christine O'Donnell, you gotta maybe reassess things. Out of shape? No. You don't want that personal trainer. You want somebody who's going to be not like you. Now, last week it was revealed also that Republican candidate Richard Lott from Ohio likes to dress up like a Nazi on the weekends. Oh yes, Lott likes to do reenactments with his son in his free time. All this proves is that free time is like the idle hens. And we all know that the idle hens are the tools of the devil. So what we need to do is find a way to maybe limit some of Lott's free time, because Nazi attire, not so cool. That is not the military look you should be going for. So my suggestion is, in a couple of weeks when everybody when we fall back and we gain that extra hour of time, Lott maybe needs to stand still. Yeah, you stand still, because you haven't proven that you can effectively manage your free time. And once you've proven that you can, then maybe we'll let you have it. Now, the Secret Service wants to talk to a man who threw his book at the president on Sunday. I don't know why, because apparently it wasn't a hit. Oh, you got to think about it. Paladino. Carl Paladino. Where the hell did he come from? I mean, seriously, was it door number 1, 2, or 3? Either way, we need to undo that deal and push him back in the door. I mean, seriously, give the man in the chicken suit his egg back, because this deal is not working. I think it's the only way we're going to get Carl Paladino to be quiet. So whoever did the let's make a deal and release Carl Paladino, let's find a way to cancel it. Seriously. Because I'm sick of seeing him making his commentary all over television. Now, speaking of speaking out and giving commentary, we have to talk about Bill O'Reilly. Now, Bill was on The View on Thursday. And during his segment, he got into this interesting discussion with the ladies, and they started discussing 9/11. And during that time, Bill blamed Muslims for the 9/11 attacks. Now, things got pretty heated, because during the discussion, Joy stood up, and then Whoopie and Joy walked off the set in a huff and a puff. Whole situation got really ugly. But while all this was going down, I have to give credit to Barbara Walters, because she was the one who kept things in check. I mean, granted, I'm not a fan of Bill O'Reilly, but walking off the set, not cool. Not cool. I mean, you invited the bull into the china shop. Don't get upset because the bull then starts to knock things over. I mean, the show is called The View. I thought the whole point was that people are to come on and express their opinions. So if you're not going to allow that to happen, then why even have the show? And then secondly, if you didn't like what he was saying, this is the place or the forum where you actually can exchange your thoughts and maybe go after his opinions in your presence in a very refined way. And if you can't do it while he's there sitting on a couch, then let him go. And then on the next segment, talk behind his back. I mean, you know, hey. But anyway, Barbara Walters really handled the situation like a pro, because when Whoopi and Joy walked off the set, it was Barbara who pretty much kept things in check and that there was no need to go to commercial. If you watch the video, she very slyly with her body repositioned herself and calmed, stopped O'Reilly from speaking, addressed the situation with Joy and Whoopi, who just walked off saying that is not how we manage things and that is not how things are done, and then went back to O'Reilly and they both addressed the issue in a very professional way. So big ups to Barbara Walters. Maybe the next time the ladies won't be so huff and puff. Because after all, there's another show coming that could potentially blow their house down. I'll see you next time.